Hi everyone, welcome back to Papercrafting with Paul, to my YouTube channel, and you may have already seen a walkthrough of this Seize the Day album. Now this was called my One Pad Wonder album because I managed to get it all out of one 8x8 pad from Seize the Day, and I've started on a cutting guide and a page map download for you as well, but I've already sneak peeked that for you, and it's probably why you're here now, because you may have liked it and want to have a go. Well, if you haven't watched the full walkthrough, just head to my channel or have a look below. There'll surely be a link to it, because I did say there would be a tutorial and I'd use a different pad of paper, and this is what I used. I've used the Wonder of Oz. The reason I use this is because this is one of the newer ones with the matching pattern solids coming into it, and these pads of paper, they're 8 inches tall plus ½ an inch where they have the name tab on it. So when you have the pattern solids, you have this extra ½ inch, which I've utilized for this, which is why I've used the Wonder of Oz one, and all the ones coming out, Scenic Route, and there's another pad coming out which follow this. I think Ghostly Greetings, one of the older ones, had it as well. So as you can see, I still actually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 full sheets and half of the border strips left as well, so I can make some extra little bits. So even though it uses one pad, you still have a few sheets left over for safety or if you manage to get through it, okay, then those sheets can be used for making extra photo mats and things. So as I said, there will be a PDF. In fact, I'm going to make 2, I think. I've done one using all the photos from Seize the Day. This isn't the final version, this is the draft with all my notes in it, and alterations as I went through. So I will have a tidier version, but I will do a second one using the Wonder of Oz pictures, so that if you want to refer to it, you can. So this is it. This is what I've come up with. Now the front page cover, or the front cover, uses that front page perfectly, and then one of the matching patterns and solids just to wrap around. So I have got a tutorial coming up where I spend the entire time just doing the cover. So I will show you how to make the cover in a nice slow pace using construction tape. But of course, if you want to do paper cover ones, you can do that as well. I like the construction tape, so I'll spend time going through that at a nice gentle pace, and how to then decorate it as well using the full sheet and wrapping the paper around with some nifty tips and tricks there. So I have still got a sheet of this left over, so I haven't decided yet if I'm going to use the gingham to do some photo mats, or I could cut out some of these and 3D mount them and glossy accent them and add some extra dimension to this. So I didn't do it in tutorial because I didn't know if I was going to manage to do the whole album and if I would actually need that page. I didn't in the end, so I do have it. So let's open it up. I love this paper with the poppies, and I've taken the blues, carried it on into the inside, and used the border strips in clever ways to extend the length of our papers. So we're taking our 8x8 papers, and this bit just gives us extra little inches here and there, which make a big difference, you'll see as we go through. So just a nice simple pocket. You could add more pockets if you wanted to do this and this as separate pockets. You could do that and add your own. This one, enjoyed doing the maths of this one where these 2 strips are the same size, but they're actually not exact identical pockets, because this is actually on a flap and this is actually on the inside pocket. So carrying on the blues and yellows and the poppies, match and tie in, and I don't know if it picks up, it's got the yellow brick road on the yellow here, so it's not a pattern as a solid, it's actually got some design on it. So we've got a pocket here. In fact, I've got these left over as well, so I'll take these through so you can see. We've got a pocket here, then it opens up. We've got a nice space to stick a picture there. You could use your Cool Cats photo slots there to cut a photo slot into it. And then again, this is all one piece of 8x8, but the pocket was bigger, so I've just used one of the borders there to create a nice deep pocket here, and then had to try and fit that image in there. So that is page 1. I've got magnets here. You could have some swivel closures if you wanted, or some cord ties, some folio ties. A nice little corset closure would be nice there as well. So let's open the whole page. Now each of them is a pocket page, so you can do some nice big photo mats to go in there. Now again, one I enjoy doing the maths with here, because by looking at them, they're identical, but they're not. This is some stacked pockets, so nice and easy. And you could just do page 3 twice. And page 2 is actually, yeah, it's a deep pocket again. We've got the shallow pocket here, but there's no shallow pocket here because this is actually a wallet. So you could open it up, and again, we've used that image again, pattern continuation going up. And again, I've used the border strips to add extra length to these pages. So I've managed to get both of them out of the 8x8 and 8x8 page. So I didn't have a third one, so we used a different one inside, and then a strip from the border strip just to make that pocket deeper so that I could put a magnet on. Because if I'd made it the same size as this, it would have looked really strange. So the maths of that page was quite a lot of fun. And again, a pocket inside. And here we go. This is where I used the patterns of solids with the extra 1/2 inch, came in handy. And I was warning everyone about the patterns of solids being a different length, 8.5 by 8 rather than 8x8, and to make sure you cut on the right side. And what did I do? I cut on the wrong side. So my second photo mats were too short, but I managed to do some clever cutting and actually quite liked how it turned out in the end. So this was a bit of a fixer-upper, and these actually do fit 6x8 photos with a little 6x4 photos with a little border around as well. Okay, and then using the journal cards to add some images and some journal spaces on the back, like so. So we've got the little ones, we've got the 6x4, and then once you've opened them up, you've got another 6x4 photo on the back, of course, with just the patterns of solids. Again, I've gone for gingham one side, plain on the other, but managed to get all these reds going across. And again, these are pockets, so they close down. There's some magnets under them again, just to keep them a little bit closed. And then here was a nifty one, thanks to Kay and Maggie for this idea of using leftover strips from other pages to create lots and lots of vertical pockets. It ties everything in together, and then in the middle we've got these triangle pockets which you can tuck more things into there. So each of these is a pocket. So there's a lot of cardstock here, but not much paper used. In fact, it only took one more 8x8 to do this because everything else was just leftovers. So that was a lovely little page. So when you come to watch this page, you'll understand a bit better. And then the last page, page 8, is a belly band, followed by a second belly band. So you can just tuck lots of stuff in by there. Of course, you could add extra things on top, whatever you want. So this is just, treat this as the base. As I said, you've still got 3 or 4 sheets left over to add extra things. And the last page is just a mirror image of the first. And then the back. So if you've got the stickers or the rub-ons, you can add more. If you've got the ephemera pieces, of course you can go to town. But I wanted something which is affordable. You only need the one 8x8 pad to make this. And I love how it turned out. It feels like I've used a lot more paper than I have. It does feel like it's more than just the one 8x8. So there we go. That is my one pad wonder album, complete with cutting guide and page maps. Of course, I will do a Wonder of Oz version of this. Some papers left over to do some extra embellishing. As I said, all using just one pad. I think you'll agree, it does feel like I've probably gone to town. Imagine if I'd used one pad and patterns of solids, would have gone, I had a field day. There would have been extra flaps everywhere. But of course, if you have got them, you can add. You don't have to just stick to what I've done, but sticking to what I have done will allow you to complete it without having to worry about having to buy extra paper. So if you do want to join me on this journey, please head to my Facebook group, Papercrafting with Paul, link in description below. You'll be able to find the PDFs when the tutorials go live. So if it's not there yet, it's because the tutorial hasn't gone up and you just need a little bit of patience. Yeah, and then I'll be releasing the videos day by day, so you can join me and just do a little bit at a time, or just wait till the end and do it all in one day. Up to you. Lots of options. So please let me know if you're looking forward to this by commenting below. I'd really appreciate that, and I love reading what you think. And I do try to answer all the comments as well and reply. So that means a lot. But if you do want to be notified when it's available, you will need to subscribe to the channel. Then you'll get notifications every time the next step goes up. So thumbs up and comments help. Subscribers, much appreciated. And again, go join my Facebook group for more information and maybe even see what other people are doing with this one. So thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the tutorial. Happy crafting!